Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You're knowing what you are wanting? An ever-expanding thing. You are among the rare humans who have come to appreciate the contrast of your time and place. Oh, it's easier to answer that when contrast is less extreme, isn't it? In fact, as we've been asking you this question for some time, we think that what you may have been answering as you say, oh yes, is yes, since there is very little exaggerated contrast in my time and place. And since nearly everything is pretty much the way I want it to be, then I'll go along with you, you old dead fool. I'll play your silly game and I'll say contrast is a good thing when really everyone knows it cannot possibly be. Sometimes we know you have to step back from your physical perspective, back into your non-physical countenance where you remember the power of the contrast, because out of the contrast comes focused desire. And the nice thing about remembering from your broader non-physical perspective is that you also remember that every desire, whether it's spoken or felt or just emitted vibrationally with nearly no conscious awareness of it, every single desire is always answered every time. So from your broader non-physical perspective, you know that as that desire is focused within you, in whatever way it comes about, and as it shoots out of you like a rocket, this expression, verbally maybe, maybe not, that source energy always, immediately responds. Physical beings often don't remember that because there's a third part to the equation. First part ask, second part answer. Third part, you must be in the receiving mode of that which you're asking for. And we think that because so often, while you certainly have been asking, even consciously, and while source energy certainly has been answering, always, that sometimes you're not living the manifestation of what you desire, and then you erroneously assume that since you know you've asked, there must not have been an answer. And we want you to know that there has been an answer. It has been an answer that pleases you. It's an answer that is always in response to your desire. It's an answer that's so perfect because it is responding to the perfection of the desire that you've been offering little by little by little by little. It is incomprehensible from our perspective to even conceive of an answer that is better or more precise or more pleasing to you than the one that is given. But as you stand in the place of not letting it in, then you assume the answer must not have come. Or if it did come, it must have been the wrong one. In fact, this is such an important thing for you to understand that we've decided to call this gathering the art of allowing, the art of receiving, the art of letting it in, the art of understanding that I've asked and the source energy is answered, and that I must now find a way to become a vibrational match to the thing that I'm asking for, not the thing that somebody else thinks I should have, or not the thing that most everybody wants. I only need to become a vibrational match to that which I am asking for. And then there is the completion of the equation, and you are the full receiver of your desire. It is a wonderful process. So, you said, I would like to go forth into this leading edge environment. I cannot imagine a better place to be than on planet Earth where contrast is exaggerated. And as I mix it up with others, out of our interaction, I will continually come to new conclusions of desire. And as those new conclusions of desire are born within me, I understand that source energy will answer, and that it will then be my work to find a way to be a vibrational match to my own desire. You said, I know I'm going into a physical environment where vibration will be interpreted more finely. You said, I know I will have physical countenance because I will have physical senses, because my consciousness will be able to perceive vibration. And I will interpret this vibration in many, many ways, all of which will make up my physical experience. You knew that your emotions would let you know everything that you need to know about the vibrational countenance of this universe. You knew that your emotions would tell you everything that you need to know about your right now in the minute, which is where all of your power is, relationship with who you really are. You knew that you would be a physical extension of source energy. And you knew that since you were on the leading edge of thought and you have the free will to think, that you could choose any thought to think. And you knew that you would have this guidance system that would help you to understand the harmony of the thoughts that you are choosing with the decisions that you have made as source energy prior to coming forth into this body. For example, you knew that when you would be standing in a moment in your body in a feeling of joy, that feeling of joy would mean that the thoughts that you are choosing now through the interaction that you're having in your physical environment are so much in vibrational harmony with your source energy itself that there would be little, if any, vibrational difference between you and your body and you as your source. In other words, you would be a full and complete, in this moment, expression of who you really are. Some would say God force flowing forth through you powerfully. We would say creative life force pulsing through you for your creative endeavor. You also knew that the degree of the emotion you feel speaks to how focused your source energy is in this moment. If you've spent time really fine-tuning a desire and you have managed to shoot off many, many rockets relative to that desire, rockets that are summoning source energy, remember, because the rocket of desire is the asking which is always answered. So anytime you are holding strong desire, you are summoning fast-moving, pure, positive, creative life force source energy. So as you feel an emotion, the intensity of the emotion speaks to how focused the desire is and how much of that source energy you've got focused through your creative mechanism right here and now. Focus is the key word there. Focused meaning directed by you, the director or the creator of the energy. Your emotions also tell you how you usually feel, what your basket of beliefs relative to same subject is. So in any moment that you are feeling emotion that feels like joy or elation or passion or eagerness, it means you've got one whopping of a focused desire going on. Might have been working on it all your life. Might have just got exaggerated more dramatically last week. This powerful desire is focused through you, and in this moment of joy, there is no resistance within you, which means there are not any, right now, active beliefs within you that are contradictory to the vibration of the desire that you hold. Ah, what a nice place to be that is. When you find yourself in a moment of strong, exaggerated rage or fear or anything you want to call it, there are really only two emotions. One feels good and one feels bad. When you feel that strong, what you would call negative emotion, that means you've got one whopping of a desire focused going on here. So there's lots of non-physical energy answering your request of desire. But in that strong negative emotion, you are right now focused upon some other thoughts that are now activated within your vibration also that are contradictory to the source energy. So while you're summoning powerful energy, you've got this belief system going on that is causing what we are calling resistance. So the better you feel, the more you are allowing who you really are to flow. The worse you feel, the less you are allowing who you really are to flow. And that's why we call this the art of allowing. The art of allowing what? The art of allowing the energy of your source to be present with you as fully as possible in this moment, which is where all of your power is. And the reason we say this is the moment where all of your power is because this is the moment in which you are consciously focused. This is the moment where what you are giving your attention to is setting up a vibration within you that is your point of attraction. It's a lovely thing once you begin to understand that this time-space reality in which you are focused and all of the universe is managed or based on the powerful law of attraction. And what that says is, whatever the vibrational countenance is being matched by other vibrational countenance that is the same. So you said, I would like to go forth into my physical body, into this focused time-space reality, knowing that I've brought who I really am, this pure positive energy, this creative genius. And I would like to use this time-space reality with all of this variety and difference of opinion, contrast, as my work ground, playground, in order to help me, a creative focuser of energy, conclude my own personal desires or decisions. And I will pay attention to the way I feel to know how well I am honing, how well I am staying connected to the energy that will create it. So the better you feel, the more you are fulfilling that intention. The worse you feel, the less in this moment you are fulfilling that intention. The good news is, really it's all good news, but the really good news is that you never get it done. Now that is good news. Some of you are tired and you don't take that as good news, but it really is good news. And the other really, really good news is you cannot get it wrong. Now, the reason you cannot get it wrong is because you can never get it done. Do you get that? Let's say you're standing in a place where it feels like you've really gotten it wrong. Whatever's happening around you is not pleasing you. And out of that contrasting moment comes a strong, clear awareness of what you prefer. Now, we know that in this moment of feeling like you've gotten it wrong, that the rocket that shoots out of you is a very different vibration than the way you're feeling right now. But the asking has taken place just the same. So as the asking has taken place, even though you feel like you're in a mess, as the asking takes place, source energy answers your request right away. And as soon as you bring yourself into vibrational harmony with who you really are and with source energy itself, you are then the receiver of what you've been asking for. So now it didn't matter so much that you were in such a bad place, because being in the bad place made you desire a better place. And as you found vibrational harmony with what the better place is, you received the better place. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. Everything that you are wanting to know, we are knowing you want to know. There is nothing that you've been chewing upon that we have not fully received. And so what you will notice here, we'll say, what do you want to talk about? And your hands will all go up, and we'll choose from among you in an amazingly wonderful order. Some who come before you will lay the basis for that which you are wanting to talk about. You may hear someone ask your question even more fully than you. It will be co-creating at its best. It is our promise to you that anything that you have come here wanting to understand will be given to you fully, over and over and over again. Now, whether you're in the receiving mode or not, what we've noticed sometimes is that one of you will have a question that is so ripe, so powerful, so easy to pluck vibrationally. And as you express it from this chair in the front, which is lovingly called the hot seat, as we receive your question fully and we give you the answer fully, you're the last one in the room to get it. Because it's a very important thing for you to understand. There are 3 steps to this equation. Step 1 is the asking. Step 2 is source energy responding. Step 3 is the letting it in. And what we've noticed is that you are rarely in the place of really asking a question that is really pounding within you, and are able in the same moment to be fully in the receiving mode of it. It's not the nature of this contrasting universe in which we are all focused. In other words, it's a lovely thing. As you are here, hearing us, you are doing the asking. Esther is in the allowing mode, so it flows easily through her, you see. And so it is our expectation that many of you will actually benefit more by hearing your question asked and answered with someone else sitting in the chair than if you were actually sitting there. It will be more likely that you will be in the place of allowing. There will be a whole lot of asking going on and a whole lot of answering, and it is our expectation a whole lot of receiving, for that is who you are. You are ready to begin? You are ready to begin. If you'll keep your hands up for just a moment, we'll point at you. And as you feel that you are the one being chosen, would you stand so that we can confirm it? And then we'll take a sort of orderly unfolding here.